Yo, what's up with y'all? It's Vizzy Vel checking in. Welcome back to From the Sandbox podcast. I'm gonna do a little solo video right here, little quick video, different setup this time. You know what I'm saying? We still working. We still got some moving parts going on. Just working on more production for y'all, man. So stay tuned. We got some things we gonna work on, but it's been so much news happening in the past week. I just had to cover it. Like whether it be me or C-No or the both of us, one of us got to cover it, you know what I'm saying? But C-No will be back. Matter of fact, congratulations to my homie C-No. He just had a baby girl. Welcome to the world, baby Azuri. I hope I'm saying that right. If I'm not, my fault, bro. But congratulations, my man. He'll be back soon. So before I get started, I want to say thank you once again to our subscribers for chiming back in with us. If you're a new viewer, subscribe. Because we got a lot of content that you missing out on. We got some new content that you should look out for. You know, like, comment, share, subscribe. If you're a new viewer, but if you are already a subscriber, hit the like, comment, and share the video. And in the process of all that, if you don't got your notification bell already hit the notification bell. It's going to help out with the algorithm. It's going to help us grow. And it's going to keep you informed of what we got going on. So my first topic is the Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson situation. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to say about it, but it's like, I didn't call it because we never really did cover it, but I don't know, man. I seen it coming. I don't really know why we acting all surprised, because there's a big uproar on social media, and every app you can think of. It's a whole timeline full of Klay Thompson hate, but it's also a whole timeline full of a lot of people from the men's side and the women too. But a lot of men are saying, listen, we all seen it coming. We all know the history of Megan Thee Stallion. We know the history of Klay Thompson. If you're a basketball fan, if you don't know who Klay Thompson is a four-time NBA champion. Definitely Hall of Fame status. He's a very successful dude. He's worth over $100 million. Of course, Megan Thee Stallion is a rapper. She's been hot in the game for the past 6 years. She had a big case with Tory Lanez, with the shooting with Tory Lanez, and But with that being said, Megan Thee Stallion is a very polarizing artist, very polarizing figure. She's always in a lot of controversy. She's not liked by many people, but she also has a big fan base, a big supportive core fan base, who would do anything for her at this point. Klay Thompson, you really hear Klay Thompson talk. Apparently he has a history of cheating on his girlfriends, but we all thought that Megan would be different, because Megan is almost at this kind of same level as at the same level as Klay Thompson. They both famous, public, successful, rich people. But my personal opinion, ever since they announced they was together, it was only a matter of time before it would end. Now, I didn't know how it would end, but now that we know, I'm not surprised. People always say, if you, as a successful person, not just man or woman, if you are a successful person, you, especially as a famous person, you tend to have a lot of options. And Klay Thompson is one of them. He's a high value man, as people would say. He's still young. He's like only in his early 30s. So, he's a handsome dude, but a lot of people have this thing where successful men, highly successful men, high profile men, they have a lot of options, which tends to be difficult to be monogamous. And you don't have to have money. It's not even about the money at this point. It's just, and generally, a good-looking guy with good things going on for himself. You know, he built himself up nice. He earned what he earned, and he's a solid dude. Women like that. Women are attracted to that. So it's going to be hard to maintain one woman if you are in a position to have a lot of resources. Now, the women are saying, you know, how can Klay Thompson do this? You led her along, you lied to her, okay? And the men are saying, you know, what does she expect? Like, everybody knows Megan Thee Stallion is sleep with a lot of men, a lot of high-profile men. So the women are saying she didn't deserve it, but the men are saying she should have known. And me personally, I think she was trying to clean up her image. I think she was trying to, you know, go on a straight and narrow, so to speak, because she's always, like I said, she's always in controversy and drama. And Klay Thompson being a quiet guy, the professional basketball player, she probably thought that was going to be the one. Now, it's a shame because the whole Klay Thompson, I don't know these people at all. I'm just saying from my point of view, Klay Thompson was basically dating her, but he didn't have any intention on getting married. Versus Megan Thee Stallion thought that she found the right guy, and the way she was being treated, it probably did seem like, oh, well, he really likes me. I can see a future with him. And we all know how that turned out. So long story short, I just think that when you got two high-profile public figures, of course it's going to be all over the media. But with that being said, it's no different than your everyday couple. It's no different than everyday relationships. You know, infidelity is going to play a big part in anything you do. It's a lot of temptation out here as far as, like, you know, having options, because everybody is seen, you know what I'm saying? So, especially if you are a person of a status, a temptation is going to be hard because you got people in your inbox, people blowing your phone up, you know what I mean, for anything. So, I think it's just it's a relationship thing, man. But the way people reacting online, you would think they would know these people. You would think people are paying these people for their support. It's not the case. You know, you got single women trying to tell this person what to do, but they don't got the same options as Megan Thee Stallion does. Like, a lot of women live vicariously through Megan Thee Stallion. A lot of men live vicariously through people like Klay Thompson. You heard? So, with that being said, life goes on, man. It's so much bigger things we gotta worry about. Like, people are out here dying. People out here are, you know, struggling, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a war, literally a war going on outside. So it just seems like people, like, are focused on the wrong things. Which brings me to my next topic. We try not to get too political over here. We don't have a party to decide. Like, this ain't that type of podcast. Like, we don't do the politics because, speaking for myself, I don't know. I'm not a politician. I'm not a senator. I'm not a governor. I don't know anything about politics. I have my opinions, but, you know, I could be wrong. Obviously somebody knows more than me, so I'll try to leave that alone. Like, me, I think Cino will probably feel the same way. But Donald Trump, once again, he almost got assassinated at the correspondence dinner. I think that's the right one. He was sitting down at the table. Everybody was eating at the table. Then all of a sudden, here comes Secret Service. Here comes security. Here comes, you know, the guys with the technical suits on. They grab Donald Trump and they rush him out to dinner, and everybody's panicking. Come to find out that there was a shooter on the property. they did get the shooter. They found a guy who was the suspect. I won't show his picture, but they did apprehend him. And it's like, damn, man, like, what's this, like, year number 2? We on year number 2 of Donald Trump's presidential term, and this man, they try to kill this man like 3 times already. And at this point, I think somebody's going to succeed. I could be wrong. I don't want to, I don't support Donald Trump, but it looks like we're going to see another situation where what happened to Charlie Kirk last year, what happened to JFK, what happened to MLK. It might be some type of coverage or some big event, whatever, and somebody's going to off Donald Trump. I could be wrong. But the way things are going right now, only his second term on his second year, I don't think he's going to make it in this presidency. I don't think he's going to make it. Even if he does make it, I think eventually, if it's not natural causes, somebody's going to try to take the president out. So, with that being said, it's just crazy, man. Politics is crazy. The music is crazy. Entertainment is crazy. It's a lot of crazy news. But on a positive note, I'm ending with this on a positive note. We have some good music coming out this year. It looks like a lot of music is going to come out this year. A lot of anticipated albums from famous, very favorable, well-liked people. I meant to do a fall-off review back in February. Never got to it. I might still do. I might do like one of those end of the year type album recaps. I would do it right here, but I'm not going to fit it all in one video. But we got J. Cole back in February. I'm going to just sum it up and say, me personally, I think disc 1 was better. It came in a 2-disc format, disc 29, disc 39. And I think after hearing multiple times the whole project, I think disc 1 was the better part of the whole entire album. At first, I thought it was disc 39, the second disc, after the first listen, but after going back multiple times, the J. Cole I know was on disc 29, the first disc. Overall, it's a good album, solid album. I think it was kind of overhyped, but that's only because it's so long-winded. It's a lot to pick from. Baby Keem dropped his album. It's called Casino. Kendrick Lamar's cousin, Kendrick Lamar's artist on PG Lane, with a Kendrick Lamar feature. I think it's good. It's a good album. It's a sophomore album. I like it. It's very good. Short format, straight to the point. It didn't overstay its welcome. I like albums like that. Ever since I was a kid, man. Like, it's cool to do the 2 discs and the deluxe and all that, but as an album, as a body of work, I think less is more. 10 tracks, 12 tracks, 14, 15. If you do it right, you got a solid album. And Baby Keem did that. I think it's like 12, 13 tracks on that drum. So yeah. Who else had dropped so far? Mike Will Made It got a new album out. Forgot the name of it. I heard like half of it. It's not bad so far. Mike Will Made It. He's been doing beats for like almost 15 years at this point. And he hasn't skipped a beat, no pun intended. I can't think of none right now. Let me know in the comments whoever dropped an album this year so far that you want me to hear or review. Don Toliver dropped the album. Didn't hear it yet. Oh, ASAP Rocky had dropped the album like 2 weeks before J. Cole did, and it was pretty good. I'm not even a big ASAP Rocky fan, but I know for the type of music that ASAP make and the type of artist that he is, it's in this album. He gives you a little bit of everything, but still keep it right, and that's good. So, shout out ASAP Rocky so far. But let's talk about like upcoming albums. I'm looking forward to. T.I., Kill the King. Let Him Know is a smash record. T.I. is back in form, cut the dreads off, back to the fade. That's when he's in his prime. Let Him Know is taking off. Trauma Bond is a good one. He got a song with PSC and DC Young Fly. Forgot the name of it. That's a nice A-Town Southern style track. So no release date yet. I'm looking forward to that joint. Kill the King. DJ Khaled announced his album release date. I forgot the actual date, but I know it's in July. Like middle of July, like the first couple weeks of July. But we got a date for it, July. It's called The Alignment of God. I think it's called World of God. That's how it's translated. It might be a whole verse on here. We seen Jay-Z in the studio with DJ Khaled a couple years ago recording for this album. Lenny Yes had confirmed on his Instagram account that Jay-Z has the verse for this new album. Looking forward to that. There was a Drake feature on here, but some of you know that when Khaled first announced the album, I think it was 25. You know, Drake had commented saying like, "What are you talking about? Like, you got Drake who? Drake Bell?" So it got messy, and it made Khaled delay the album by damn near another year. But we finally gonna get it, and it makes me more interested to see who's on the album, how it's gonna sound, and that Jay-Z verse. Looking forward to it, but no Drake. Speaking of Jay-Z, there's a lot of chatter. If you know me, I'm the biggest Jay-Z fan, man. I'm Sag gang all day, you know what I'm saying? My Sag Uncle Hove. He's supposed to drop our album this year. We don't know when, we don't know the name of it, no release date, nothing. But how things are moving lately, and if you know how Jay like rolls his albums out, like, you know, it starts off slow and it builds up. Jay-Z back outside, man, whether it's, you know, press, whether it's announcements, Jay-Z back outside. He did an interview with GQ a couple months ago about the allegations from back in, I think it was 24, 25, about the essay accusations and the whole Rock Nation being this whole front for the government and for, you know, Republicans and MAGA, whatever. Kanye. Sidebar. Kanye dropped an album called Bully, and it's good. It's not old Kanye, but it sounds like a way more focused, a way more polished Kanye. Okay? I know everybody's not a Kanye fan. Everybody got turned off from Kanye years ago, you know, but end of the day, man, when Kanye drop a project, people are listening. The album, within a week the album came out, it was already at like millions of streams already, within a week. Then he did the SoFi Stadium shows, sold out, stream went crazy, but shout out to Kanye for getting back to the music and out the bullshit, hopefully. So yeah, like I said, back to Hove. But Hove, the way he's gearing up, like he's doing Roots Picnic here in Philly in May, I believe. Yeah, I think is it May or July? No, he's doing Roots Picnic in May. They say there's a rumored Barclays Center show in June. He sold out Yankee Stadium in 3 nights for the July show. And we think it's somewhere in between. We're going to get an album announcement, or he's just going to drop it somewhere in the summertime. He just did, as of this recording, he just did an interview with New York Times as part of the 30 greatest songwriters list. I think they put him at number 1. I could be wrong, but he's on the top of the list, along with Kendrick Lamar, Willie Nelson, Stevie Wonder, everybody else. I mean, I'll be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked if we get no album, because we are celebrating 30 years of Reasonable Doubt. And it's funny because the New York Times did this whole 30 greatest songwriters, while Reasonable Doubt turns 30 and you got Jay-Z at the top of the list. Come on, man. There's something to that. But yeah, we might not get it. We might just get a whole he's doing this thing where he's putting songs back on streaming and vinyl, and he's giving us different versions of songs. He's giving us the B-side, the albums and songs. So I like it. It gives me like vintage album rollout, but vintage like music reinvention. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense. Drake had finally revealed the ICEMAN release date. We are finally getting ICEMAN May 15th after over probably like damn near 2 years of anticipation. He announced ICEMAN back in like late 2024. We thought it was going to come out sometime last year. It didn't. But now he's in album mode. I'm assuming it's done because we got a release date. So he's in rollout mode. He's freezing courtside seats at the Raptors game for him and his son. He's posting these different cryptic messages involving ICE on his IG. He did the whole 3-part ICEMAN EP back late last year. There's supposed to be a new one, a 4th one coming out. He did the whole Ice Cube sculpture in Toronto, and that revealed the release date, which I thought it was going to be like a whole melting, like the ice was going to actually melt. But streamers in Toronto came from all over the city just to come and pick at the ice. And I forgot the streamer name, but a streamer from Toronto found the release date, ran to Drake's mansion, and he got some gifts, some money for finding the release date. So May 15th is the release date that we're getting. Drake officially confirmed it on his IG, along with messages and subliminals and like the cryptic things. But I'm excited for it only because I want to hear what he got to say. And he's the last one out of the big three to release a solo album post beef. The first, the beef was back in 2024. Kendrick dropped in late 2024, months after Not Like Us. Shook the fucking world. It was a good album. Then he does the Super Bowl in 2025. Then Drake drops a joint album with him and Party Next Door, but it wasn't a solo. J. Cole drops a Fall Off finally. Then we got Drake. So I'm looking forward to it, you know what I mean? So with that being said, I'm gonna wrap this up, like, comment, share, subscribe, comment, whatever part of the news was, kind of like shocking, or whose side you stand on, like what album that you listen to right now, what album that you want to hear in the future you can't wait for. Movies, but that's a different topic. So I'm gonna start doing more reviews, you know what I mean? So look out for that. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm Busy Vel. C-Note will be back eventually. I'm signing off. I love y'all. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Peace. Have a good day. We out.